What's good with the YouTube? You already know Big Flocka with a convict's perspective, and I'm smashing, dashing with a whole lot of energy because I got some exclusive information, the truth, as much as I can give you guys the details about the Goshen Massacre, man. There's a lot of stuff that makes sense now after I've done a further probing and investigation and was able to reveal a lot of information that you're going to hear here first. Okay. Now, there's going to be a couple theories and things that, if you connect the dots, that's going to make sense, but we're going to get into that as we go. Now, first and foremost, okay, we can talk about this individual, Alex Uriarte, also known as Nano. Okay, he had a case previously in 2014, right? I think he was with a female named Jasmine. Let me get the right. They were in a Dodge Neon, right? They get stopped at Arco. He was with a one female named Katrina Jimenez, right? And another female named Jasmine Reyes. Now, Jasmine Reyes pretty much spilled the beans about the situation. Apparently, Nano had done a shooting, right? Over there at a trailer park that was called, let me see the trailer park's name. Now, apparently, on August 6th, 2014, in Tulare County, he went to the Wooden Shoe RV Park, right? And he shot at Aledo Perez and his girlfriend, Crystal Hammonds. Now, when they got cops got there, they found Aledo Perez with his arms wrapped around Crystal Hammonds. And she pretty much spilled the beans. She was able to identify him, said that was 100% the person who shot, right? Later, Perez basically said, or Perez said that they have had issues in the past. Now, the females that were with Nano started to discuss, the one female, Katrina Jimenez, didn't really say nothing except for fucking that the family is always getting away with things over and over again. The other one, right, Jasmine, she pretty much spilled the beans about him doing the shooting, that she didn't know what was going to happen, and pretty much gave them enough that could be used against him. Now, Ledo Perez further told law enforcement back then in 2014 that their family had been having feuds for years, right? And that it was his nephew, Martin Perez, that was now having issues with Ledo, right? Not with Ledo, yeah, with Nano, right? So pretty much he ends up taking 7 years. Now, when Nano was arrested, he told the cops that he was a dropout, but that he associated with, you know what I'm saying, a gang out there, Goshen Familia, right? Which the reason why he told the cops that was because he was drunk, number one. And number two, he didn't want to have that gang affiliation upon him for gang enhancements. He wanted to make this look like it was personal. So he was actually active. Okay. Now, as we fast forward throughout this, he ends up getting some time. Okay. Now, as he gets out, right? Now, they've had a long, extensive feud, right? But there's a couple things that we have to look at in regards to this case. Now, there was a warrant that was executed about a week before based upon they found bullet casings, right? And they found product and they got hit and they were doing big things out there. Now, was this a hit basically personal or was this to push them out from the fucking business that they were doing out there? Now, there's a couple of theories we're going to get to on that. Now, it's a confirmed fact, and I'm pretty sure law enforcement knows it's 100%, man, as well as the streets. This dude Nano was working with a regiment. That is 100% accurate. Okay, um, why do you think they were under surveillance from January 23rd to February 3rd? The reason why is they were trying to tie them in with the tops, who he was reporting to and where it went. That's why individuals that were locked up in state prison were getting hit. Now, there's been no confirmation that this to push them out or to jack them was authorized, but it makes sense. A week after this incident happens when they hit the pad, right? There's either two motives right here on that. Either one, it was to push this family out from pushing dope out there because they were Sudanos and they weren't paying taxes, and Northern California is going to run things. Or two, you know what I'm saying? It was a set precedent. You know what I'm saying? And three, it could have been personal beef. In any event, you know what I'm saying? There is a connection between Nano and the street regiment. You know what I'm saying? Personally, there is a strong connection. Now, I think that this is what I've been told was that the surveillance started at that time, and the reason why they let these guys out because they thought this was bigger than what it is, and that they've still been trying to gather information and intelligence. Now, that raises a red flag. Now, no wonder these guys were still in Goshen, right? Why didn't whoever is running that region? Why did he not either push these dudes away or have them dealt with? That's the one thing that's really on my fucking mind in listening to this because they were known, they were seen under surveillance, reporting to certain individuals. That's why those cells in prison got hit, and that's why they've tried to tie in the NF into this involvement with this issue. Now, whether he was given the green light or not, right? I know the NF is not going to give a green light to go take out a family. You know what I'm saying? As far as kids and so forth, man, and underage people. But I could see them going out there pushing some family member, pushing some people out by whacking them. That would make total sense because this didn't look like they were going in there for any product. It looked like they were shutting this family down. Who are you going to send? You're going to send the individual who has a personal vendetta, right? Okay. Two, right? Now, they've all people have told me that Nano was like fucking what's his name from fucking Menace to Society, the little youngster. You know what I'm saying? That was always with the shit. They said that that was his mentality. He did not give a fuck. He was with that action. So that's why he's not the one that had anything to do with the baby being killed. But I'm wondering if he told the youngster that was with him, hey, make sure we get rid of all witnesses. We're here to make an example. You know what I'm saying? I don't see the internet taking out no kids or ordering that. So the thing I look at it from this standpoint, man, is that why were they able to fucking still be amongst those out there in the streets? Now, I don't have to sit there and tell you guys who the person is that's running that area or whatnot. This is all stuff that's pretty much well known on the streets and by law enforcement. You know what I'm saying? That's why they were fucking watching these dudes like a hawk. They had 24-hour surveillance watching where they went. You know, there's a reason why these dudes stayed around their area. You know what I'm saying? They felt comfortable. It looked like it was a whole different market, right? Now, there's two theories on this right now. Either one, the regiment commander gave the green light but didn't know that they were going to go this far, which makes sense. You all right? And two, they were blind and then they went to the regiment commander afterwards. In any event, man, you don't fucking sit there. And the reason why I'm putting this out there, and normally I wouldn't put anything out there current, is because I think that there's okay, the O may be many things, right? But they're not fucking baby killers. And for anybody to sit there and embrace and fucking tolerate that, that's not acceptable, man. Especially someone who already has red flags because of Operation Red Soul. Especially someone who already has red flags because you know what? As soon as they got a little bit of authority, because they used to work with Silver, as soon as those guys were out the picture, you know what I'm saying? He started trying to deem people who were fucking sleeping with his wife before he was ever even with her. He took things too personal. And those are the type of people who are basically banditos and renegades within the movement. You know what I'm saying? You can't accept anything with a baby killer. If I was in a position of authority out there at that time, these dudes would have been dead, straight up. Or they would have been fucking, I want nothing to do with you motherfuckers. Get the fuck on your way. You know what I'm saying? But apparently there's more to it. You know what I'm saying? So this is what the truth of really, what has happened. Now the thing is right now, which I'm pretty sure law enforcement is trying to figure out that nobody knows, is whether this was sanctioned or not by any NF members. I doubt they are not going to sanction the killings of any babies, point blank. And they're not going to have. They may know what's being reported out there in the streets, but they don't always have their hands in everything that's going on out there in the guys, right? So either these guys went out of their way to operate independently, or they were given the green light to go ahead and fucking shut these dudes down. In any event, the thing that makes it kind of questionable is that both this individual, Nano, had a personal vendetta with his family for years. You know, I mean, he just did some time in prison. But there's a reason why law enforcement was connecting them to certain individuals in Pelican Bay to the dude on the streets. So basically, by this dude acknowledging these dudes after whatever happened, it breached everybody else's security. You know what I'm saying? And it's gotten serious, man. Everybody knows what's going on. Everybody knows whose Facebook and IG got taken down. You know what I'm saying? These are all things that are kind of relevant. You know what I'm saying? By all means, he should be worried. Because if you sat there and embraced someone and let them report after what happened, yeah, Stuval. You know what I'm saying? And this is one matter I have no problem speaking on because no 10-month-old baby should have ever been killed. Now you got to sit there and look at maybe the individual, the 25-year-old, fucking acted out of fucking free reign, didn't know what to do. But you lace these guys up better. You don't bring anybody in that's going to bring that much attention or heat. So pretty much either way, if one of these dudes was working, you're responsible for your fucking manpower. Now there's certain slip ups they can have, but one of this magnitude, if you're part of a crew and you're working out there in the streets, you know you cannot act on anything in accordance like this without clearance from the fucking regiment. And that's the fucking truth of it. You know what I'm saying? So This is my personal feelings of it. I mean, you got to remember, I functioned for a long time out there in the guys. I wasn't just one of those dudes that was out there for 2 months. I got many years out there functioning. I know how the interactions go. I know what you have to go through the process of clearance. You cannot just act rogue. You cannot go be a renegade and just take fucking certain jobs out in the streets because if the granades find out, they're gonna fucking text you like a motherfucker. So somewhere there's a loose link. Somewhere there was something that happened, and you know, some people get into positions of authority out there. You know what I'm saying? That don't deserve it, haven't earned it, and they start to make choices like this, and they don't think of the ramifications of doing it. You know what I'm saying? Violence is the least expected course of action when it comes to this. You know what I'm saying? And if you're really gonna fucking enforce violence, you fucking let the street gang members deal with it. You put a fucking green line on these motherfuckers and let them deal with it. That's the truth. Now, if you're gonna go send the message, you're gonna send the message like it was sent. You know what I'm saying? And what else? Who? What else but to send someone who has a personal vendetta, issue, conflict, and just did time? So that's right now the hard part about this is that what I'm saying is the part that they have a past. They have a family past. There is a very strong sense of what I'm saying, issues within the families. Now that female also, Katrina Jimenez, her dad got ran over, was paralyzed or something like that in the past. A lot of people felt this family were getting away with shit, you know. But the one thing that we all have to look at, this pad was hit a week before. It was revealed that they were doing things because of bullet casings, and a lot of work was found. Territory, you know what I'm saying? That's how you shut shit down. You go fucking shut them down. You know what I'm saying? And that's probably what happened. And someone decided to make a decision, right? Whether it was this individual Nano or his set channel, you know what I mean? Whatever it may be, to go set fucking an example. And fucking shit got out of fucking hand. They're accountable for that, regardless. Regardless of him doing it or it was someone else, you took this dude with you. You were the older person. You know what I'm saying? You were plugged in directly. You guys are all at fault for this. You know what I'm saying? It goes up to a certain extent to where, okay, you've been delegated authority and to go out there and handle business. If you just fucking brought heat upon the whole organization because your manpower did not know how to fucking conduct themselves. In a town that small, it's totally reckless, man. Right now, people are looking at the NF like maybe they're baby killers, but they're not. And that's the truth. As much as there's negative things I can sit there and say about the O, which everybody has negativity, they are not that. You know what I'm saying? And it shouldn't be categorized based upon some individuals who are affiliated and associated. You know what I'm saying? This was just poor leadership, on either Nano's part or his channel's part. You have to give clear directives and instructions of what you expect to be done. And I don't see any manpower that's working with the reg, right? You know what I'm saying? Who's going to authorize, right? I'm not authorized. I don't see anybody who's working with the reg who's going to act on their own accordance, who's going to go outside that realm of things. You know what I'm saying? And take matters in his own hands without reporting it. Because we all know what the consequences are. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I've been able to reveal. The northern dropout part, that was very misleading. He did tell the cops that, but he was trying to not get a gang enhancement. You know what I'm saying? There has been past blood, bad blood. There has been issues. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean to the extent that, that this was a sole priority. Now, some people, that's why I said there's more to this case than what meets the eyes. And it's just fucked up that the homies that are locked up, you know what I'm saying, are being tied into this, man. Same thing that happened to the MA. People felt that they were tied in because of what happened before when that, the dude killed the babies. You know what I mean? Same thing here. People acting rogue. And you would think that someone would have enough mindset to give the proper directives. Okay, this is what you do, what you don't do. Is there kids in the house? What's there? How are you going to plan this? How are you going to execute it? Because everything else they did fucking did good. They were able to get out of there quick. But these dudes felt so safe after they did this hit that they didn't even leave the fucking city. But they were that's why they were under surveillance, because they were trying to tie the NF ordered hit. They have wiretaps, all kinds of shit, because there's going to be more shit coming out. There's probably going to be some more cases. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to get interesting. You know what I'm saying? This is basically as much, factual data as I have. You know what I'm saying? And I can't prove some parts of it, but if you really connect the dots, you can see where I'm getting at. A lot of what I said is true. This dude was working with Reg. This dude was plugged in directly to the fucking channel out there on the streets. You know what I'm saying? Those are all facts. You know what I'm saying? You know, but he also had a family. You know what I'm saying? And whoever this dude Beard was, is pretty much that baby situation is, man, forever gonna haunt. It's forever gonna have that dark cloud, man, over that area, man. Who would go to that extreme to fucking kill a 10-month-old baby? You know, you don't do it. If you're not gonna do it, don't do it. You know, and this was a crime. This was a crime, like I said, man, that seemed personal. Now, to which extent, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We'll find out as the coming weeks come. But this is why the NFL was targeted and interested in this, because they were basically watching these dudes report to certain channels, as well as them watching that channel report. Because as soon as that baby got killed, it brought a whole lot of attention to Goshen. They brought in all the resources they had. That's why they were under surveillance for 10, 11 days, because they wanted to tie them into the NF. And now they pretty much have a little bit of evidence to tie them into certain individuals. And that's going to be hard to dispute. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, everything that I'm speaking on right now is all pretty much, I'm pretty sure there's nothing new that I'm adding that law enforcement doesn't already know. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, the fact that whoever this individual is that's running out there, who I know his name, how the fuck you gonna sit there and tolerate dude killing a 10-month-old kid? Because I know the O's not gonna tolerate that. And if you can't give an excuse that, oh, I was waiting to report. How the fuck you think they want to hear about some fucking 10-month-old fucking baby being killed? You're asking for what to do? Come on now, that's self-explicit. Anybody knows what to do in that situation. Dude got it. Them dudes got to go. Get the fuck on. Have them fucking smashed or whatnot. Because this is one of the fucking most worst type of scenarios I've ever seen. That's befell the O. Because of idiots like this that make decisions and choices, and dudes that run around and don't lace up people the proper way. Now they were about that action, okay, yeah. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? I don't respect anybody that does anything to a child, period, man. You know what I'm saying? And anybody who accepts it. That said, it's your boy Flacco, Convict's Perspective. There's a little bit more details I'll be having coming out later in the coming days. There's certain things I want to cross check, but I wanted to elaborate a little bit more of a storyline about, the past, present, and future. You know what I'm saying? The Perez family, they've been going at it with this individual's family for a minute, which really gave him the incentive to go fucking set the tone, as well as he told off. Now, me knowing how operations work, you're going to request permission from your channel. You know what I'm saying? Point blank, man. You're not going to go outside that realm unless you want to become a renegade degenerate, because the regiment leader, commander that's out there, his whole focal point is to keep all operations secure and the least attention possible. Therefore, his manpower should understand that. With that said, Flacco from ACP, hope you enjoyed this content.